Going over to the Cultural Report podcast, you have a TikToker say to kill DC cops and going viral on social media. This is brought to us thanks to End Wokeness, which he says, quote, TikToker calls for her followers to kill cops in DC to, quote, take care of them. And I'm sorry, I should put a visual disclaimer on the screen or a visual warning on the screen. There's actually someone on the screen debatably more visually, viscerally disgusting than I. She is about 5,000 pounds, give or take, though I would argue she's more ugly on the inside based, on her mentally vacuous statements. She's left because she has large, stupid-looking glasses, which always boggles my mind. There's thousands of glasses out there, granted made by like 2 companies, but there's so many options, and yet leftists always choose the most unattractive glasses out there. It merely boggles the mind. But nevertheless, perhaps she will give a very articulate reason as to why. Oh, obviously not, but we'll hear what she has to say.
Black people in DC, get your and take care of them police officers like they should have been taken care of 50 years ago.
I guess that was hashtag. Well, I can't even say that word because it's so pejoratively, not kid-friendly for her username, though I'm not surprised. And she is, if you're not watching on the Rumble or YouTube, you are missing out on, you're actually very blessed because you don't have to see her face and see her, but you are missing the visual of her using the hand gesture for a pistol, which, yeah, well, I don't think this actually meets the threshold of her getting arrested or actually in trouble in terms of her articulating a specific time and place. I think that also varies state by state basis in terms of, what is that limitation freedom of speech versus actual threat, legally speaking. But yeah, pretty mentally vacuous of her to say that, and got about 500,000 views and 10,000 likes. One of the first comments come to us thanks to, I'm a little biased, someone who's handsome and brilliant. Me, the topping show, I say, quote, the only thing she should take care of is her diet, LOL, getting 4 likes. Paul Zupa says, quote, arrest this woman immediately, getting 455 likes. Planet of Memes, a little disappointed. It seems like for weeks, the Planet of Memes, or as I call them, the Planet of Memes, have not given us any memes. A little disappointed. Planet of Memes, alleged Planet of Memes is what I should call him. He says, quote, these folks are hinged, getting 204 likes, which the only thing that caught me off guard was I was surprised she didn't have a 12 gauge or greater cowering on her nose. That was oddly enough absent. That is usually on all leftist women. The conservative alternative says, quote, hey, FBI Director Kash Patel, I know you're busy, but you may want to pay this lady a visit. And it's a picture of Kash Patel saying, sounds a little like treason, getting 745 likes. In Kash Patel's defense, he's very, very busy getting those Epstein files. I'm sure he's working very hard to find those. Yeah, that was I don't know if that was dark humor or just utter disdain for his lack of performance with actually releasing those files. Yeah, we'll see if anything ever happens in that regard. That did get 745 likes. The Recap Media TM said, quote, paging FBI, getting 73 likes. Amelia Henderson says, quote, only in this woke circus could some TikToker reject, openly call for killing cops and still roam free. 1 arrest and 1 long prison stretch would fix her fast, getting 133 likes, which I believe they still have hard labor in prisons too. I don't think they actually, break rocks, although I think they should do more physical labor, at least make them break even in terms of cost to the taxpayer. But she might even get in shape if she went to prison. That'd be an upside. Dave Santa Clara simply has Charles Xavier from X-Men doing the head thinking thing, getting 61 likes. Basic Electrician says, quote, whoops, shouldn't have said that. It's a screenshot of her with the hand gesture for the clicking, or, for shooting a gun, getting 166 likes. Old Moose American says, quote, liberals, there's no crime in DC. Also liberals, murder the police, getting 1.5 thousand likes. Whoa. Combat Monkey says, quote, pretty sure that constitutes a threat or threat to violence, FBI. And he also tags AG Pam Bondi. I'm sure she'll do a lot of good. I'm sure she'll be Johnny on the spot for justice. Yeah, Pam Bondi. I have the files. Wait, what files? What are you talking about? Let's just say, yeah, another disappointing person. We'll see if she comes through for us. I'm pretty damn skeptical, though. That got 1.3 thousand likes. George Bliss says, quote, she's inciting violence, which is a crime. Arrest this asshole now, getting 1.6 thousand likes. John Farish says she should be arrested immediately, getting 2.8 thousand likes. Evil Texan says, what she needs to start is shooting his Ozempic, getting 1,000 likes. Cartier Family says, gotta start arresting people for this game, 1 thousand likes. A Cruisin', he says, upholding stereotypes, and it's Bobby Hill from King of the Hill, and he's holding, it's a meme or meme, as some people call it, where he's holding up a piece of paper to the glass, as he says, blacks are violent, and then Prince says, if those kids could read, they'd be very upset, getting 380 likes. He's scrolling down more and more. Iago Mediria says, quote, I wish they were still alive to see just how far they've come. Which he has a picture of some African American men from, was it 1940s or 30s, dressed up in suits and dressed up in suits and hats. And then he's juxtapositioned with a picture of two African American men. I think he's holding a 40, and they're wearing pants in which, if they have belts, they are certainly not utilizing the belt for its intended purpose, because the pants are, below their waist by about a foot. And they're wearing a bandana, and I believe that, what's the undershirt called? Wife beater. And I got 85 likes, which, I mean, white people too, in terms of the culture shift and dressing, is pretty pathetic how far as a culture we fall in the United States. I mean, you look at Walmart, which I like because they got the cheapest price point for a lot of the staples you need, like, egg whites and beef and, vegetables. But like, now I almost feel like a fashion aficionado when I shop there, because I'm such a workaholic. Inevitably, I'll be grocery shopping on the way back from a customer meeting, so I'll be suited up, well, with jeans though. But yeah, like, you go to Walmart, and dear God, even when I was in college, there's the website facesofwalmart.com. You got people in sweatpants and clothing with stains all over it. I mean, some people just disintegrating in front of you, apparently, with a piece of garbage falling out of their pocket. I've seen that. Jeez Louise. And so I think all cultures in the United States have greatly decreased their effort they put into, personal appearance and suiting up or lack thereof. But yeah, it seems like Walmart unites every race in terms of, like, it almost seems like you lose your fashion sense when you go there. And again, I shop at Walmart. So, but yeah, I mean, gentlemen used to suit up, just like the old airline pictures of people going on the airplane. People look their Sunday best. That used to be a thing. But yeah, I probably made too long of a point on that one comment. But yeah, it's disappointing to see pretty much all cultures dress pathetically. And again, it's not a money thing. If you go to Goodwill, you can get a nice suit for under $50, I think. Or just be like me, buy like one suit every 15 years and get an ROI out of it. You also have Grim saying, well, okay, she needs to be sent to jail immediately, getting 320 likes. Let's see. Jody Allen says, checking in on Democrats to see if they've calmed down yet. And it's a girl from, what horror movie is that? I forget. Said, I guess not, getting 222 likes. Let's see. So, yeah, we'll see if she actually does get prosecuted. Pretty skeptical these days, especially with the Department of Justice doing a couple things, but in my opinion, not a lot. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so you click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.